could be MaRin saying, let me carry, let me play my favorite champion, that Kennen, as he's hovering over it.
It is one of his favorites, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it picked here. Kennen's still a super strong pick, and it's a pretty much a MaRin staple. It transcends metas to a degree as well with MaRin, but he has got other options, and this is an abstract
He's got
version.
his hand off the mouse, Rusty. Okay.
How do you have your hand off the mouse and change with 0 seconds, Tom?
Hand off the wheel. He had the hand warmer in his hands. He was ready, and then he put it back down and swapped over at the last second. So Kennen locked in for MaRin in the top lane. Vici Gaming, they now have the opportunity to flex this Camille if they like, or send it up towards the top lane. Rusty, if I know anything about Yasuos in China,
what is it?
They have a propensity to bring down the scoreboard in solo queue. That said, we do not have a Yasuo. We've got ourselves an Orin locked in for Meow.
I will say that is not just a China thing, but with the Ornn locked in, they have secured that tank in the top lane. Now, it's into the Kennen matchup, so it does, of course, reveal the Camille will be going into the jungle in the hands of Swift. We're seeing a lot more jungle Camille in the first place anyway, so not really a revolutionary decision here from Vici. Just good drafting from them overall and saving that flex, being on the red side, utilizing that appropriately. The early rotation of the Braum actually still very good into Xayah and Rakan as a duo, so overall, Vici's drafting on an individual level, and to a degree, the composition does actually look quite sound.
Yeah, it certainly does. Seeing Swift taking the likes of that very mobile Camille. She's got very strong ganks. This is something that I wanted to talk about a little bit beforehand, was how the playstyles could change with these new players coming in. Korn and MaRin for TOP, but Swift for Vici Gaming. If ever you were to put a player onto Vici Gaming that seemed antithetical to the style of the team, it would be Swift on Vici for the LPL. So aggressive.
You say that, but you have to think about who their jungler was before Swift.
Exactly.
And it was Crash, someone that went to Worlds, changed an entire team's play style to being aggressive, and they came out in interviews saying that we have to play aggressive to actually suit the style of Crash. And now he comes into the LPL, and I don't think we've seen Crash play as well as he did at Worlds since that date. He's actually come back, he's been underperforming massively, and now Swift takes the reins of the jungle position. A pretty strong feeling that you're doing the dragon if you're missing and you're only inside that tiny little circle of vision that Vici have got.
This is their safe space. As Karin, whoa, looks to go in. The leap, they get the burst. Martin goes down in first blood. Caveman drops himself the Unbreakable and retreats. He managed to find Karin in the river. Flash, engage, and the Hextech ultimatum. Galio with the hero's entrance. Teleport from both top laners, but it's the first kill to TOP. Martin on the far side. He joins in with MaRin, who chases him down. Good knockup and an exhaust stalls that damage as Korn keeps EasyHoon from the fight. And Vici Gaming, they're retreating as best they can, but TOP, they're looking for the turret, and they're going to break it down.
Yeah, EasyHoon also left running away from Korn on the backside, but they're still going TOP.
Oh, Choo Choo gets the snare. That's going to be a stopwatch as EasyHoon finally joins in. Cat goes too far, knock up onto 3, but the flash from Korn gets another kill, and still TOP have got the momentum. Oh, that's enough damage from Martin.
The first target hit, Ezreal will get a kill on the back and just a return pick, however, and unfortunately for Vici, they are still the losers of that trade. They took the fight. Swift took the fight. He wanted it so
really
bad.
Did.
But that was way too much. He went so far forwards to try and look for it. And ultimately, TOP were making the play regardless. They were set up for that moment. And the fact that Vici took it first just gave the go button to TOP, who executed as you would expect anyway.
Korn able to keep EasyHoon from the fight for so long, allowing that flank. And here's Swift, he just has to go in.
Even the flash, like he was almost in range to hit the stun, but let's say he hit the stun. What's the difference here? It's not a kill. It's still going to be getting away here for Karin. The ultimate from EasyHoon was also used on the side there. MaRin gets in, gets exhausted, so he's not going to find the kills he's after. But the damage is already done here because the turret is one hit. They'll push in, they'll get the turret eventually. And from this point, Vici could leave. TOP could leave as well. But they're also just going to push their luck. Both teams pushing to the maximum. You see that from Choo Choo here, wanting to find the target. Stopwatch helps a lot. If EasyHoon had ult here, could be easier kills. But not to be seen. EasyHoon has to cleanse and kite back and run away. And then just another kill goes over to TOP.
300 health. Yeah, Martin's able to get it. Blue buff taken by Karin here as he's...
Or trade.
Yeah, Swift looking for some vision behind them. He's going to be collapsed on by Cat with the immediate engage, and Karin has enough damage to get another kill.
Placed down before they even look towards the Baron. It's the outer turrets. Mid lane needs to be taken. Top lane needs to still be taken. Vici are trying their hardest to hold these, to defend these, and actually expect that mistakes will be seen.
MaRin from behind. He's found Swift. He flash engages and gets a kill. That's the initiation we're looking for. Another one on to easyhoon as Chuchu easily sidesteps in and out. On the side, Karin gets sniped by Meow, but it looks like TOP, they find 2 kills and might actually lose one here as Cat is retreating away, saying, stay in range, I need to dash away. Oh, the knockup just outside. Finally, the tier 1 crumbles, but it's 6 kills to 2 as MaRin takes matters into his own hands.
No teleport, no problem for the cannon. The team composition of TOP starts to show through and make a whole lot of sense for them as they actually get to execute it, right? You've got the Galio with the cannon, something you would expect from this team to be executed, but because he can start it off with the Q hitting, the auto attack hitting, easier chance of getting stuns. The immediate pick. Swift is having all of the ultimate cooldown reduction.
That's still a teleport. Call of the Forge God has exceptional range. The slow tags onto Chuchu. He takes to the skies to leap over it as Cat sacrifices himself, and 5 members of Vici collapse. A second kill. Korn dashes away with the Justice Punch. They still tag him with the knockup and are going to find this kill. But what can TOP do in the meanwhile? Karin has his smite, and he might try to look for a steal.
It's just Karin, Dom. I think that's the only opportunity they have to try and take this one away. But with everybody alive from Vici, it's really difficult to get in as a Kha'Zix. So instead, they'll just resort to the trade of the bottom lane in a turret for MaRin.
Now that's a teleport coming in. Dragon is picked up. Slow tags onto Cat.
Well, teleport canceled too.
And it is. That's going to be once again. Chuchu leaps to the skies, but that's the ultimatum you were talking about. No chance for Chuchu to escape. He dies as a sacrificial lamb for Vici.
And he has to use the ultimate on the Ord knockup or he will die regardless. Too many options of engaging here. And with the teleport cancelled from MaRin, the miscommunication result, Korn is super relevant. Whereas if they're fighting top and bottom, then I would say MaRin would be the one split pushing throughout most of this lane assignment's going.
Cat with the engage. There's the hero's entrance. Knock up onto 2. MaRin still looking for the opening. He's holding on to the Maelstrom as Korn Zanya's early. He's going to be slowed. Flashes
Korn's
back, knocked against the wall. MaRin goes in. Delayed engage with a huge 2 kills. Turns over to easyhoon and shreds through his health. But can he compete? His team is dying on the other side. MaRin's so low. Oh, slays his former teammate in a trade. Meanwhile, TOP win the excess fight.
Yeah, very prolonged fight. The re-engage from TOP was super clutch there. Great combo from them. Not just the first part with Rakan going forwards, but the secondary of MaRin. And that was enough to tip the balance. Korn held his W for most of the start of the fight. Now, TOP, they win it. They get everybody dead from Vici. They choose not to Baron. Instead, they run down mid lane where the minions were already set up. Very smart decision, as they can choose to even end if they're going to try.
Yeah, look at those death timers. 12 seconds for Martin. Recall started. Korn goes back.
It's one turret and back,
Caveman, he's going to be the unbreakable, trying to stop Chuchu's damage. Teleport coming in from Korn. They are trying to end this. Martin is just now getting back up.
This is risky.
Like you said, that's Martin back on the field. One turret goes down. Swift chasing out with the home guards, trying to...
by a significant margin, Dom.
That's Call of the Forge God ready for Meow. He catches up to Cat, slow onto 3.
Hit
Knock up onto 3.
Oh.
Follows it up with another one, and Vici with the turnaround.
They reach way too far, TOP, and Vici punished them. Now straight to the Baron buff. Mid lane is the only inhib that is down. They're able to defend it. Karin is the last bastion.
MaRin, he's holding on to it, but the engage. Swift goes in. Call of the Forge God. He turns it around. You want a piece of this? You're gonna get it. MaRin finds one as TOP fight on the far side. A double kill, and TOP clean up in the river. easyhoon dies. The Guardian Angel keeps Korn alive as Meow. Not only will he not get minions, he won't get a chance to escape, as it looks like TOP win this fight, and very well could win the game.
And Cat could just stop Meow from recalling the entire time. He's just running around. Meow needs to try and clear the wave as best he can, but TOP have decided, well, he's going to clear mid. We're probably just going to push bottom, and at the very least, they'll be getting inhibs from this. It should just be game over, but they are playing with their food a little bit here, TOP.
Yeah. Finally finishing off Meow. The inhibitor goes down. It's 15 seconds before that support is going to spawn, before Swift makes it onto the map. TOP finish the job. They take game number 1 over Vici.
And it was a big fight from MaRin in the end that does tip the difference here. The balance shifts towards TOP. Massive team fighting prowess. And Vici left wondering why they made the decisions they did. Because ultimately, whilst it was good from TOP, they just caught a throw, basically, from their opponents on the other side. They did not actually burn the Elder, they baited it, and then TOP walked in, they turned and burned, and then they team fought afterwards with an Elder Dragon buff. Well, that was all too easy for them, wasn't it?
That was exactly the plays that we saw Swift make in the early game, where he said, I am going to start a fight right here. Vici, I hope that you follow me. And they just couldn't quite